Hey, and welcome back to BloonsGoBoom, your one-stop on the internet for all of your monkeys popping balloon nonsense. Today, we are going to take on the newest boss challenge and show you how to join the leaderboards for completing this in the least cash difficulty for under 500k. So, let's dive right in. Now, this is a chimps mode boss event, so that means no monkey knowledge, no powers, no lives, no paragons, and no selling. So, it's going to have a little bit of difficulty there, but because there's no selling, I'm just going to kind of fast track a lot of this stuff. So you only need to see what you need to have at certain points throughout, because I can't sell any of it. You're going to see everything, and everything's going to make it to the end. So we're going to do it at different points. We're going to start out at round 10, but if you use this guide, make sure to leave a subscribe, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so that we can keep making these videos every time there's a new boss event coming out. At round 10, you're going to want a druid, attack, and a spike. The druid, you're going to want it to be just a hard thorns druid, so it can pop any of those pesky lead balloons. The spike balloon, you are going to want that to, or the spike factory, you're going to want it to be a 220, and you're going to want to work on the hot shot pathing for a tack shooter. Now, as you go through this balloon event, you want to make sure that you are covering the entire track with spikes. You'll see how we do that later. But those are the 3 towers, and you can see the monkey village, the 4th tower that you want to start these out with. Now, because there is a alternate balloons kind of round setting up, this village needs to be able to do the radar scan ability, so you need the 020, and upgrade your druid to have the lightning bolt ability as well as the druid of the jungle thorns. This is going to help you out a lot because it increases the range of that druid. Next ones you're going to see that we definitely put down are those dartling gunner and the sniper monkey. These will be all of the towers you need to get through the first tier. And right when we start round 40, you're going to see exactly what pathing they're all taking, and it should pop up here in just a moment. All right, like I said, the sniper is going to be a 202 pathing. The dartling, you're going to be working the middle path, get it up to a 042. Tack shooter, you want to get it up to the ring of fire. And then the spike, you need to make sure you get this spike factory to a 240. Its ability will coat the entire path in spikes, and that's what's going to really help you take down not only the boss, but the balloons it spawns as well. You're going to see as we keep going through this, once you get all those, sure, if you want to put the next dartling on as well, but you really do just mow through this boss pretty quickly. You're not really worried about 20 rounds passing by the time it happens, or it getting too close to the end, because once you have this ability, you can see any of the balloons it spawns pop almost immediately because of that spike factory's ability. And hey, so we've got that. Let's go on to the next one. So now approaching the 2nd tier, we've got a couple of different towers that we've upgraded or increased, so I'm going to show you exactly what those look like beforehand. Obviously, our first tower, our dartling tower, we've upgraded that to the tier 5, giving it the mad Moab assassin device. Then we've also upgraded the 2nd dartling gunner to a 420. We're going to be working on a ray of doom dartling gunner. We've upgraded our sniper, making it faster shooting, and then the spike factory is now tier 5, and we've upgraded the village as well, just to adding jungle drums. The most important ones here are obviously the dartling gunners, but then right behind that is that spike factory. Getting that to a 5th tier allows its ability to pop, every single round on its own, as well as allowing you to use its ability. So you're coating the entire track in multiple spikes all the time, which is the most helpful thing on this one because of how many balloons this Bloonarius boss spawns. So let's see how this strategy does on tier 2. As you can see, it absolutely mowed down all 4 skulls, all the extra balloons popped. So now on to tier 3. Alrighty, now tier 3, here are the balloons you need, or the towers you need to make sure you have in order to pop those balloons. Your dartling gunner needs to be upgraded to 520, so you have the ray of doom, and that's the only change made from tier 2 to tier 3. Alrighty, and here comes the tier 3 boss. Let's see how fast this strategy can deal with that. It's shooting out pink balloons, and then every skull, it's going to shoot out multiple blue Moab. So it's not anything too powerful for the towers that you have currently. Making sure that if you do get overwhelmed by anything, you are disabling the locked feature on your dartling gunners and moving them around the track to do whatever, to take out whatever's causing you trouble. But if you lock them onto the very beginning of this, it shouldn't be an issue at all. there goes tier 4. So let's I'm sorry, there goes tier 3. Let's go over to tier 4. Now tier 4, so we're around 96, about to have tier 4 come out, and you can see we've added a new one. So we have this sniper increase to tier 5, so it's the fastest it's going to be. We've upgraded to the elite defender. Our druid is now a spirit of the forest druid, so there's more spikes and thorns and tacks on the ground. Our tack shooter is now an inferno ring, so we've tier 5'd all 3 of those. We've added a monkey ace at 204 pathing, so that's giving it the specter ability and the more darts ability. It is well within range of that village, so it can attack DDTs and camo balloons. And then we've also added a glue gunner that is going to be a 5-2-0 glue gunner to help destroy anything else that we can. So here's tier 4. This is when you're going to start seeing a lot more bads coming out, and there are a significant amount with this one and the tier 5. So make sure you're keeping an eye on how far those are getting, because they do, once you pop that first layer of bad, that DDT comes out and it is very fast if you're not ready for it. So make sure you're keeping an eye on when those are getting popped. As I said, the benefit of having 2 of these high-level tier 5 Dartling gunners is that you can disable the lock feature, move them around with your cursor or your finger if you're on mobile, and make sure that you're attacking exactly where you want them to be attacking. So focus on anything that gets too far, but for the most part, you can just leave it exactly where it is for tier 4. Tier 5, you will be moving it around. Now you can see we've taken care of all those bads. At each of these skulls, you are getting ZOMGs, so much more powerful than the blue ones we saw in the last tier, but as you can see, not a problem for the towers we have fighting them right now. So there's tier 4. Let's go ahead and go to tier 5, the final tier. And if you are using this to get on the leaderboard and do it for under 500k, make sure to leave a like. Thank you so much. Alrighty, now we're taking out these last couple bads before round 120 comes out, and the only thing we've done to prepare ourselves for tier 5 as opposed to tier 4 is we have gone to the flying fortress for our monkey ace. So 205, that will put out enough damage for you to take care of all the bad balloons that will spawn. All the flying fortress will be able to take care of the boss as well, when coupled with everything else we have on the table right now. So once we get through this fortified bad and everything under it, we will see tier 5 in action. So now you can see before it even really makes its first path through, we're almost all the way through that first skull. And of course, I just recommend leaving the dartlings locked onto the first part of the path until some of them start making that first turn and getting out of range. You can see with the Ray of Doom, I do start moving it around a little bit more, mainly because I want to make sure that this fortified bad cannot get too far down the path. They are very, very strong, but if you focus it with those two, with your tier 5 Dartling gunners, they get destroyed very quickly. I didn't realize this, the skins don't transfer over to the new ones that are spawned by the boss balloon, only the ones that are spawned by rounds. So it's good to know what's coming from where, but still. The boss in this one, every time you hit one of their skulls, they are popping or producing a new bad for you to deal with, but they're very, very quick. As you can tell, that's the last one. And now that we've popped that, we're just going to focus on the boss now, because now it's just ZOMGs that'll get popped by everything else. Alrighty, and there we go. So you can see this is exactly how you can beat this boss for under 500k and get on top of the leaderboard. Let us know in the comments if you have a better way to do it, and we will hopefully post more videos about it. Thank you so much.